How do? Bit of a dark one this, not for everyone. You know, I'm going to try and convey what it's like meeting people or dealing with them and the consequences, I believe now, looking back. Child killers. We'll have lots of Brian today. So there's two people I met. Both tragic stories. One had a complete dislike and, although hate's a strong word, hatred for this guy. That was Petros Williams. Murdered his two children as sort of a revenge on his missus who had moved on in life. How he behaved in prison and the like. Playing the mental health card. Mad. You know, sickening to say the least. How do? Beautiful day. Like I say, lots of Brian today. Darkness. You know, maybe you want to tune out now. The other guy was Perry Samuels. You know, there's no names in the title or thumbnails or whatever. You know, if you choose to go and look at the crimes, both truly shocking. Both had kids, both killed their kids. But me, I distinguish between the two. I think some of that comes from the fact that I had I had three amazing managers in prison. They were nurse managers, not prison managers. Two were proper nurses, put plasters on your knee and the like. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disrespecting anyone. And then there was Bradders, who's a mental health nurse. And I think a lot of my understanding and empathy comes from her, 40 years in the job, you know, looking at people through her eyes and perspectives, and it gives you a bit of an understanding. So Petros first. What a slime ball. Yeah, like I said, bit of a sort of revenge on his missus. I won't go into details of how he killed his children, truly horrific. But I do believe he made them say goodbye to the mother on film or something similar. What a sick individual. And then when he came into prison, he's on the prison healthcare. Come on an act document, suicide and self-harm. In a cell, playing with birds. You know, he's got a tree in his cell, playing with birds, talking to him, rocking on the floor, sitting behind the door, acting strange, not answering people when he's in reviews or they're speaking to him. It was a really shite performance. Everyone could see straight through it. Yeah, the mad card. You've done something horrendous. There's no defence other than you're crazy. It was poor. You know, sit behind his cell door, I'd unlock it at dinner, shoot a bolt, push the door open with him sat behind it, he'd slide behind it. If you want your dinner, get it now, or I'm shutting your door. Maybe 2 minutes later, he'd come out of his cell with one of his little birds. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely despised him. Kept it going so long until a young lady from education popped up at his observation hatch, offering him some education. Boom. He's not mad anymore now. He'd like to do a degree. That's right. She come in the office. Young man on the landing, really nice young man. He'd like to do a degree course. I says, who's that? She says, Mr. Williams. I says, Petros Williams. Yeah. Where'd you get the nice man from? He's got a lovely manner about him. Really. My manager were there. She knew what we're going to say. Yeah. I said it was out of character for me. I said, but you know, I won't consider someone to have a nice character who killed their own kids. Boom. She weren't happy. She put a complaint in. There you go. It's just how it is, isn't it? So we'll forget about him now. We'll forget about the stream of young girls coming up to visit him on visits. You know, young lasses, pretty, visiting a double child killer. I'll never understand that side of people. Then we get to Petros again. Sorry, Perry, forget about him. Perry Samuels, big lad, bit bigger than me, come from Monster Mansion. Brian, let's have a bit of Brian. Come from Monster Mansion to the healthcare at Strangeways, awaiting transfer to Ashworth Hospital. Like I say, it's a big unit, this lad. Command hallucinations, hearing voices telling him to kill yourself or kill others. He was put on an unlock protocol. Only came out with 3 staff when nobody else was about. Anyway, somebody unlocked him by mistake one day. My manager just finished meds. She's walking on the landing. Next minute, I comes out of the office. She's on the landing. Perry stood in front of her with his TV, both hands raised above his head, about to smash it down on my manager. It would have quite definitely, at the very least, hospitalised and possibly killed her. Big, old, heavy TVs then, portable TV. Perry! We used to use first names, so he's now looking at me. A year in voices. He's nodding. Perry! You don't want to hurt anyone. Shaking his head. My manager is edging away now. Walks up to him. Can I take that off you? He's looking at me. He's looking at other people. There's a few of us now on the landing. Perry, can I please take that off you? Passes me the TV. Shall we put you behind your door, Perry, till it's a bit quieter? Yes, please, he says, and goes behind his door. Now, Perry Samuels was different for me to Petros Williams. Committed a tremendous crime, will have affected the family, friends just the same. You know, it's horrendous. But looking at him, lights were on, no one was at home. For whatever reason, whatever had happened, yeah, he'd never been under mental health in the community. Never. Something, somewhere, had clicked and he killed his own kids. But he clearly wasn't right. I think it leaves an impression on you. Constantly dealing with people, and it was an endless stream of people who had committed horrendous crimes against children and women on that healthcare. My mate said I'd been on there too long. I don't know whether I had. I don't know how it affected other people. I know it affected my managers quite badly. But some of the conversations as a prison officer you have with people like this are different dealings. Sometimes they're more personal. You're dealing with them on a personal level. You know, managers are managing, you're frontline, day to day, dealing with them. It's horrendous. But people, endless string of people committing the most heinous, evil, nasty, unthinkable crimes, all playing the mad card. Perry, quite definitely something had gone wrong. Petros, just a scumbag. No other words for it. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. God bless all our children. Thanks for your continued support. Shoulder to shoulder, we need to stand together. Things happening in this country, all about the children, especially with what's going on now. Some of the people at the top, honestly, boils my piss. Beautiful, beautiful day. I'll see you.